computer pause music. Lieutenant, to what do I owe this pleasure?
I was just in the neighborhood and thought I'd stop by.
Right. Please come in. Oh, and by the way, that wasn't even close to a good lie. You want to try that again?
I was at Starfleet Medical and ran into Dr. McCoy. He'd mentioned that the anniversary of David's death was today. He felt a visit was warranted.
Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. Sir, I have something to show you. I came across it several weeks ago in the Vulcan database. After talking with Dr. McCoy, we felt that you should see it.
Man has kept records diligently since the advent of the written word. His accumulation of knowledge has grown exponentially with each passing decade. As he moved out into space, this knowledge was combined with that of many other races to create the single largest repository of information in the known universe. The repository is known as Memory Alpha. This is where you can access the Federation files.
Commander, we have just detected an unanticipated launch from Earth.
What type of vessel?
It is a nuclear-powered transport-style vehicle.
It is most likely one of those cryonic storage facilities. Those private labs are always launching unscheduled pods into orbit.
I don't believe so, Commander. I'm picking up life signs. There seems to be humans on board, all in a state of suspended animation.
Can you get a visual of it?
This DY-100 class Earth ship was designed for interplanetary voyages only. Its main use thus far is to transport personnel and supplies to and from Martian colonies. It is being refitted for manned exploration of the moons of Jupiter. The unscheduled launch of the DY-100 sleeper ship from Nevada is not only unusual, but very dangerous.
Dangerous? In what way?
Virul, inform us of your findings.
I was able to access the main computer of the ship. While humans have never left their solar system, the program course will send this ship out of this solar system and into the next. The trip will take decades.
Interstellar voyages without warp capability are risky, but not without precedent.
The danger with this particular ship is that it has already sustained damage during its launch.
Failure is the greatest teacher. I am unclear as to your concern.
This ship has a coolant leak which will cause the nuclear generator to overheat and explode in 157 days.
I can assume that all of the crew will be incinerated, and the ship will be a total loss.
Correct.
To quote a human saying, let nature take its course.
Therein is the dangerous problem. The explosion will occur directly above Io. The radioactive fallout will kill all life on that moon. So while we are compelled to not involve ourselves in human affairs, the extermination of all life, microbial as it may be, by a human accident is not natural.
Are you suggesting that we interfere in some way?
There are 3 viable options. 1, do nothing, resulting in the complete annihilation of an organically developing biosphere.
2, attempt to change the ship's trajectory, allowing the explosion to occur outside the range of any stellar bodies.
3. Repair the ship and allow it to continue its voyage.
Choices 2 and 3 would require a boarding party. Changing its course could risk the humans investigating the faults and discovering our presence.
If we repair the leak and let the mission continue, the humans will be unaware of any activity.
Allowing the vessel to continue will not guarantee its success, but does allow Io a chance to evolve naturally.
The rule: modify our shuttle's airlock to allow docking the DY-100. We can go aboard as it passes into the blind side of the moon.
Umbilical is pressurized. Proceed with boarding.
Proceeding to airlock.
Triggered some type of alarm. Evacuate. You must not be discovered. Affirmative. I was able to reset and suspend the alarm remotely. Resume the mission. Acknowledged. A lead-lined chamber in high-temperature brick.
Now that Io is safe, we can return to our scientific mission.
While I do understand our position on interference, it does seem fruitless as we observed this planet and find that many other races are visiting and interfering with their development.
That is true. However, this mission to save Io will have no consequence on the human's development. The sleeper ship has only a 1 in 10,000 chance of reaching the next solar system, and the cryogenics ship will drift aimlessly until it falls into a planet's gravity well and is incinerated. The people aboard that ship are already dead, therefore, their fate has already been sealed.
More directly, we as Vulcans will take no responsibility in influencing a developing species. The other visitors to this planet apparently have a lower
Moral standard than we do, which is why we are much superior.
I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. But what I don't understand is why Spock wasn't able to find this out during the initial search for records on the Botany Bay all those years ago.
Sir, many records obtained through our listening posts are considered important to the security of Vulcan. Also, it would be unwise to share any such existence of these posts with the Federation's enemies.
I see. No good deed goes unpunished.
Sir?
The Vulcans saved Io. A very commendable deed. However, the end result was unleashing a ship full of tyrannical humans who ultimately stole a starship, which led to the death of my son.
I believe that Dr. McCoy felt that through sharing this information with you, it would illustrate that the saving of the crew of the Botany Bay by the Enterprise was not the only determining factor in the ultimate fate of David. I believe he would say, "You cannot blame yourself."
I appreciate the sentiment. So tell me about David.
I think I will have that drink, if the offer still stands. What would you like to know?
Did he ever ask about me?
Just once.
Next time, on the Federation Files, a geological disaster has plunged Cutula into a sudden ice age. The Federation has undertaken the task of relocating the entire population. The urgency of the evacuation has overwhelmed relief efforts, opening the door for unofficial trafficking of refugees across Federation borders. One opportunist taking advantage of the situation is well known to Starfleet and the Federation.
I thought you should know, Starfleet intelligence found me the other day.